welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Bling, bling. I'm glad to see that you guys are enjoying this new jam. I enjoy it too. So happy Friday to you guys. I'm glad to see you all showed up. I still got a ton of snow outside and it's slowly melting, but not melting quickly enough. So we got a few things to discuss today. We're going to do a roll call because we did miss the roll call yesterday. But first things first, we got to do our little segment that I like to call Stories of the Day. Today, February 5th, would have been Trayvon Martin's 26th birthday. All of a sudden, Fox News is concernicus about Joe Biden adhering to CDC guidelines. Van Jones gets shredded by Sonny Hostin and Ana Navarro. And in our segment for You Raggedy Bitch, we have Mike Lindell's Absolute Goof. Hey. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's Friday, and as you guys know, Friday is movie night, pizza and movie night. So the plan for tonight is to watch the next episode of WandaVision, and I did see some spoilers. I won't spoil it for you. I saw some spoilers on Twitter, and it took every ounce of willpower to not watch it until now. So let's see what happens with that. I'm looking forward to it. There's supposed to be a great big cameo, similar to the cameo that we saw with Luke Skywalker on what's the name of that show? The Mandarin? Why does it sound so strange to me? The Mandalorian. That's it, the Mandalorian. Yeah. Anyway, wifey and I, however, did finish watching a movie that just came out not too long ago, starring Denzel Washington, and it's called The Little Things. This is a mystery suspense movie in which Denzel Washington plays a deputy who has been reassigned, and he is helping Rami Malek investigate some mysterious crimes, some serial killer crimes that have been happening somewhere in California. Excuse me. It is a riveting movie. I enjoyed it very much. Very well acted by Mr. Denzel Washington. Because of course, I mean, my coworker and I had like a long-standing feud about who was the better actor. Was it Denzel Washington or Will Smith? Now, I'm in team Denzel Washington. I'm like, okay, come on. He's got multiple Oscars. He's been doing this a very long time. Look, I like Will Smith, but I liked him a lot more before he started doing all these sad boy, sad face acting routines like he did in The Pursuit of Happiness or 7 Pounds. Even that movie, what's it called? Hancock. Jesus, I mean, the dude was a superhero, and he's all dour and so, yeah. Anyway, no spoilers for this movie, The Little Things, but I highly recommend it if you do like a good detective flick. I give it Two thumbs way up. Way up. Yes. Now, moving right along, as I mentioned before, first off, let me just remind you guys this is February, and February is Black History Month. And unfortunately, I have a little bit of sad Black history news because, as I mentioned in the promo, today would have been Trayvon Martin's 26th birthday. He was born February 5th, 1995. He lived with his mother, Sabrina Fulton, in Miami Gardens, Florida. And on February 26th, he was visiting with his father, Tracy Martin, and that was the day George Zimmerman took the law and Trayvon's life into his hands and ended his life. And he said it was self-defense, but we all saw the trial, and there was national outrage when he was acquitted by a 6-woman jury. And soon after that, Black Lives Matter was formed, in almost a direct response to the death of this young man. You can see him in a lot of pictures that weren't publicized back at the time he died. I remember even President Obama said, this kid could have been my son. This is my favorite picture here. Who knew that he was in space camp? Space camp. Now, they tried to portray him in the media as a thug, with drug problems and this and that. But you know what? None of that stuff mattered. None of that stuff mattered because this was, as I said, this was somebody's baby. This was somebody's child. This was somebody's brother. It was somebody's best friend. Look at him skiing and all these different. They didn't bother to show any of these pictures that helped to humanize him. No, the media showed pictures that helped to demonize him and dehumanize him. Pictures that even had just the slightest hint of menace. If I had a nickel for every time I posed with my sons and I said, all right, give me the tough boy look, and out of the 4 of us, 3 of us would have the tough guy look down pat. Like the Brooklyn dad look, basically. But my middle son, Mikal, he could never keep the straight face. So he was always, he was the one kid who was like smiling in those gangster shots. Everybody takes the gangster shots. It's, doesn't mean that you're a bad guy. And it's really sad. He would have been 26 today, still with the rest of his life ahead of him. And this story of Trayvon Martin is unfortunately one of way too many stories of people being taken from us way too soon. Emmett Till, going back to the 1950s when he was lynched and his body was mutilated. And it's sad that it's still going on to this day. And hopefully we will see a change in the near future. It's really sad. I also learned that we lost yet another actor by the name of Christopher Plummer. Those of you who are around my age, around 50-something or older, may remember him from his role in The Sound of Music. And others who are maybe a bit younger might recall that he was selected to replace Kevin Spacey in a movie right around the time that Kevin Spacey became toxic during the Me Too era, and accusations of abuse came out against Kevin Spacey. And then Christopher Plummer stepped into his role, took 8 days to shoot the movie, and then won an Oscar for it. That's pretty that's pretty baller right there. So rest in peace, Christopher Plummer. I'm sorry, I don't have a graphic for that segment. In other news today, Van Jones of CNN. It's funny, whenever I see Van Jones appear on my TV screen, if I happen to be watching CNN at the time, I tend to just flip the channel because really I have no interest in anything he has to say. But he was on The View today, and he had a wig snatched.
Now, Van, you do spend a lot of time, threading the middle and trying to unite people. But there are those who really accuse you of being a political opportunist, a chameleon, so to speak, who provided racial cover for former disgraced, twice impeached President Trump.
Get him.
You said this, and I quote, "Donald Trump, and I get beat up by liberals every time I say this, but I'm going to keep saying it. He has done good stuff for the black community, opportunity zone stuff, black college stuff. There's a side to Donald Trump that I think he does not get enough credit for." Yet, just recently, you cried on CNN when Joe Biden was elected the 46th president. And you said, it's easier to be a parent now. Character matters now. Truth matters. You even mentioned George Floyd and said a lot of people felt they couldn't breathe. People in the black community don't trust you anymore. What is your response?
Well, I don't think that's true. If the entire quote I said was that Trump.
Yeah, there's that infamous shot of Van Jones crying his eyes out the day that Joe Biden was announced our president. And for a split second there, I was like, oh, shit, look, Van Jones is crying. But then I remembered, oh, shit, ain't that same sumbitch that was taking pictures with Eric Trump and Jared Kushner and all them peoples, and he even went into the White House and he did some bullshit and just sold himself out just to be part. Yeah, that same Van freaking Jones. That Van Jones who infamously announced that night, tonight is the night that Donald Trump became president, period. He actually added the period there. Dude, you don't even have, you lost all period privileges. You do not have the right to say period anymore because your period was false. It was a false period. This Van Jones is someone that we like to refer to as Pete, as a boss, calls him a sellout. Teresa B calls him a traitor. And I have here on the graphic here, Uncle Tom Van Jones, because Van Jones ain't shit. This dude used his own skin to legitimize Trump and his ilk. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, he's chumming it up with Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner, the same jackass who denied the national COVID plan because he believed that it was only going to affect blue states. And blue states, need I remind you, are occupied predominantly by people of our complexion. And by our, I say us black folks. And so, it's funny. Some people will look at me and say, man, you don't look black. I don't care what I look like to you, bruh. I am what I am. Who in their right mind would claim to be black who was not? Excluding Rachel Dolezal. Let's exclude her because she ain't right. There's no privileges that come with being black. I remember there was a time when Donald Trump said, to be a black in this time is very advantageous because you get all of these affirmative action, and that reverse racism bullshit. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, so I have already proceeded into the segment of our show with the news, and I have completely sidestepped. How dare you? Completely sidestepped our traditional roll call. So let's get going. Show me where you're coming from. Show me where you are at. Peter is a boss says, my mama light skin too, BDD. You good. Light skinned. Yes. Yella. Hi, Yella. Oh, yes. Oni Yuri says he was a Trump's token black person. Yes, I do remember those days. Indeed. Here we go. We got Cha-Cha from Seattle. And let's see. Oh, I did one scroll and it went all the way down south. Okay, let's see who we got. We got Sherry Scary, Casey, Missouri, home of the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Kimini is here from California to all BDD fans. Jennifer Rayner from Wisconsin Rapids. I believe that's Jeffiner, 68, I believe. Peter is a boss from Colorado. Sandra from Paramount, California is here. And whoops, let's see. Hold on, everybody. Here we got Okay, there we go. We got Anita from Columbus, Ohio. We got Allison from Raleigh, North Kakalaki checking in. Patty Duke for life from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Bonita from Columbus, Georgia. Samantha from the Bronx. Code Blue is chilling in Maryland. And Asmila J is chilly and damp in Houston, Texas. Yes, Teresa B says Don Winslow tweeted about Van. I do remember that, indeed. Synth fan, that's Gab Kirsch from Orlando. Deb from Arizona. Tough Strange from Louisville, Kentucky. We got Tammy from Kentucky as well. We got a lot of Kentuckians here. What's up with your boy, Mitch? Don't get me started. Janet from CT. Sinsanity from Boxborough, Massachusetts. Amanda from Arkansas. Olivia says, greetings from Seattle. Cindy from Lakewood, Washington. Joe from Winnebago, Illinois. I love saying Winnebago. That's one of those words I love to say. Teresa B. from Boca Raton. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. There she is. Star Shoemate from Columbus, Ohio. Luppy Girl is here from Virginia. Red Swan from South Philly. Watcher Soko from Orange County, California. Laurie B. from Rowley, Massachusetts. Marty from Calgary. Linda #1 is still in Aiken, South Kakalaki. Snowy Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's the rider driver. LL Mack is here from New Jersey. Pasta D from Richmond Hill, Georgia is here, man. Stephanie is warm in Spring Hill, Florida. Mike from Lynchburg, Virginia is checking in. Stella from NYC living in LA. Linda #2 in South Kakalaki. Let's see. Lori Donahue from Sonoma, California. Hey, Fat Tony and Jen are getting ready to eat their birthday cake. What? It's Jen's birthday, guys. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Jen. Happy birthday to you. Ben from Cleveland. Think First from Tucson, Arizona. And this scrolling thing has a life all its own here, a mind all its own. Hold on. Boy, this thing goes way down. Shit. Think First from Tucson, Arizona. There we go. C from Kansas City. Mark from Alabama. Lucy from Orange County, California. Ramona from Wilmington, North Kakalaki. Jenna from Richmond, Virginia. Tina G from Albuquerque. Oh, we got a lot of Chiefs fans out here. A lot of people shouting out the Chiefs, mainly because we hate Tom Brady. But it still counts. Still counts. Lee from Leeds, UK, saying hi there. Uncensored Femme in Miami. Mr. Wilbur from Martinez, Georgia. Woo, woo. That's our dog lover buddy, in case you didn't know. Solid Blue Sister is keeping it together in Southern California. She Bee from Chi-Town is here. Deb is is here from Kashmir, Washington. Cecile from Grapevine, Texas. Misha in Long Beach, California. Speaking of Long Beach, I have not seen the Trump Reaper. Where's the Trump Reaper at? That's our buddy. That's the one who was so kind enough to create those awesome bumper stickers, those Buy Don bumper stickers, which I ran out of, by the way. Michael in Minnesota says hi to all. Sarah in Temple, Texas. Marie from North Jersey, also missing. I'm looking for our weed whacker buddy, Eric from Seattle. Where you at, buddy? Because I just signed your book last night, and I was looking forward to seeing you. I signed everybody's books. Everybody's book is signed. Anita from PA is here. Samantha B from Northeast PA is here. Let's see. Helen D is in Iowa. And they had a 40-car pileup due to their third blizzard of the season. That's insane. Chrissy from Connecticut is here. Mel B from Aurora, Colorado. Bernadette in Phoenix, Arizona says, go Chiefs. Johanna from PA is here. Paula Freitas from Madeira Island, Portugal. Let's see. Gina from New Jersey is here. Lisa Straw from Jupiter, Florida. Cindy from Alaska is freezing her ass off. Kimberly Wood from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Punxsutawney Mo is here, y'all. Punxsutawney Mo, he says it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. He hates Phil. Shishi Walwyn from Boston. Sincerity is also here from Massachusetts. Let's see. Gavin from Isle of Arran, Scotland, where men are men and sheep are nervous. Olivia sends greetings from Seattle. Marisol sends greetings from Temecula, California, a.k.a. the other southern wine country. Audrey, you too, from Slushy, Brooklyn, of course. Slushy, I can't stand slush. Can't stand it. Mickey is here. That's Wojo Mom from Rochester. Sylvia from Snowy Madeira. Gosh. Just one click, and it goes all the way freaking down. You guys are seeing, you guys are telling me that Trump Reaper is here, but I don't see her. I'm doing the best I can with this scrolling thing until I figure it out. Figure out a better. Gina from South Jersey. Hey, it's okay. Deb is saying Eric is here too. Okay, so Trump Reaper. Yeah, there she is. Hi, Trump Reaper. Thanks. Good to see you. Where is eponymous George? Where is he? We need him in here too. Sheila says David is back. Of all people. Hello, David. You didn't say hi to me in this thing, but that's fine. Lisa says, I missed you. I got you, Lisa. Hello, Lisa Straw is here. Eric is working on the house still. Okay. Kathleen Cross from Boothwyn, Pennsylvania. Patrick from Indiana. And Paula from Redwood City, California. Let's see. Melvin Ross from Kendall Park, New Jersey. This is interesting that that David is back. It's interesting because, I mean, if he didn't enjoy the show, he wouldn't have been back. Or some people just do a hate watching thing. You know, maybe it's that. Brenda is here, says, love you from Rockland, California. You guys. There's David. Let's see. He says, you guys are right. Don't free that murderer. Kyle Rittenhouse should have taken that beating by the mob like a man and not use his AR-15 for self-defense. And he added me at. You see, the problem here, David, is that Kyle Rittenhouse ain't had no business driving across state lines with his gun, into an incendiary situation at night with his gun. You walking around with a gun, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for it. You're asking for that shit. He had no business being there in the first place. So he killed 2 people. He must deal with the consequences. That kid is a murderer. Let's see. I see. As Smila J says, David keeps posting the Rittenhouse message over and over and over. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well. Tough Strange says, try hate donating. Yeah, David, if you enjoy this show so much, David, make sure you leave a like and send me a donation so I can keep producing this high quality content for you to shitpost about. Lois from Pittsfield, Massachusetts is here. Monique from the DMV. I'm trying to catch you guys. I see Lois from Pittsfield. Matthew. Hey, Matthew, is that Matt from Albuquerque? He says, I missed you. I got you, brother. I got you under my skin. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me just catch up here. Monique from the DMV, we got that. Okay. All right. Amanda says, Kyle Rittenhouse drove across state lines with the intent to shoot someone. Indeed he did. Jen, a.k.a. Lady OTL, wants to know, where can I click like? That is in the YouTube app, like right below the video, probably like right around there is like the thumbs up. Yeah, it's a thumbs up here. It's not a heart, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let's get back to where we were, and we just finished talking about Van Jones's snatched wig. Let's move right along to the hypocrisy from Fox News. Fox News today breathlessly announced that President Joe Biden is planning on boarding Air Force One, despite CDC guidelines saying not to travel. Oh my goodness. Can anyone else think of someone who blatantly, fragrantly just ignored CDC guidelines, like about, mass gatherings and about wearing masks? Look at this. Let's ask Herman Cain what he thinks about. Oh, wait, we can't ask Herman Cain because Herman Cain is dead. Why is he dead? Because he attended one of Donald Trump's super spreader rallies. I believe it was in Tulsa, where he caught the Rona and then he died. Here's another picture of Trump in a meeting where everyone else is wearing a mask except for him. And I guess he felt he didn't need to wear a mask and here's a guy saying, hey, Mr. Trump, would you like a mask? No, I don't think I do. I don't want a mask. So, yeah, I woke up this morning. Air Force One was trending because, apparently it's a problem to travel on Air Force One during a pandemic if you're the president. Well, no, it's actually not a problem. See, because Air Force One, it's not a, public mode of transportation. Here's the difference. Joe Biden wears a mask. Donald Trump never does. No, and in fact, he was even ridiculed by Donald Trump. Biggest mask I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen masks this big before. Joe rocks the mask responsibly. He has small gatherings, not big super spreader ones, small gatherings. They asked Jen Psaki during a press conference today. They were like, excuse me, Jen, why is President Biden going to Delaware? She's like, because that's where he's from. Sake bomb. Sake bomb, indeed. Yeah. I mean, what they are trying to do, again, this is like the tan suit Dijon mustard syndrome, right? They're looking for any tiny, tiny little thing to say, look, hypocrisy. But no. Fox News, you didn't give a shit about wearing masks. You didn't give a shit about social distancing. You didn't give a shit about any of that stuff when Trump was in the White House. And I hate saying when Trump was president. I just say when he was in the White House, when he was the occupant, when he was squatting. He's a squatter. That's what he was. He was a squatter in the White House. Yeah, and Fox News, is going to have a ton of their own problems. Mia says, I missed her. Is that Mia from Batavia, Ohio? Mia? If that is, hello to you, Mia from Batavia, Ohio. And if it's not Mia from Batavia, Ohio, welcome to you anyway. But yeah, I think Joe Biden is doing a fantastic job setting an example for how you should be wearing a mask at all times. Dude wears a mask in the Oval Office. Yeah, I heard he wears a mask when he goes to bed. He wears a mask when he brushes his teeth. Yeah, Joe Biden wears a mask in the shower. He is requested to be buried wearing a mask. That's how dedicated Joe Biden is to wearing his mask. It kills me, though, that he's constantly like adjusting that mask. Can we not get the president of the United States a mask that fits him? I mean, he's only the president of the United States. He only has to wear that mask whenever, at all times. Get him a damn mask that he doesn't have to constantly move up his nose. Keep slipping down to like, COVIDiot level. The COVIDiots wear the mask like right over their mouth. That's what the COVIDiots do. Yeah. So moving right along, we have a new Senate. Hang on. Let me go to my main screen. There we go. We have a new Senate in play right now. You guys know that, right? Yeah, we got a new Senate, and they were up very, very late last night, like until 5:30 this morning. No joke. It's something called a vote-a-rama. Vote-a-rama. And they're getting stuff done. And what I love to see is that our vice president is doing the job that, that she's got to do now that the Dems have the Senate and they showed what it's going to look like.
Open. Not exactly, says Gary, but close enough.
That's Chuck. He's got jokes.
Mr. Brown, no. Mr. Blumenthal, no.
We now come to the end of a debate that has gone on for over 14 hours.
14 hours.
The yeas are 50. The nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided. The Vice President votes in the affirmative. And the concurrent resolution as amended is adopted.
The Senate being equally divided. Let's see. The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President gets that deciding vote. And that's a beautiful thing because, guys, that's what we voted for. We voted for control of the Senate, and we got it. Equally divided, 50-50. The vice president has the deciding vote. So we are now this much closer, very close to getting the COVID relief plan in action. And President Biden earlier today announced that those $1,400 checks, not a penny less, not one penny. This is important because Republicans have tried to counter with their own counter proposal, which is like a third of what Joe Biden is requesting. Joe Biden has requested a massive number, $1.9 trillion, to dedicate to COVID relief and towards the pandemic. We cannot stress how important it is to respond adequately, more than adequately, right? He himself has said the only issue would be, the only bad thing would be to not do enough. The problem would not be doing too much. The problem would be not doing enough. Just a little earlier, I retweeted a tweet from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, aka AOC, and she basically repeated that same thing. She says $1.9 trillion should be a floor, not a ceiling. Yeah, hey, they bailed out the billionaires and millionaires, the millionaires and the billionaires with their massive tax cut. If you look at the breakdown of that tax cut, you know, the 1% got like this much aid. And the rest of us got that much. So don't tell us that you ain't got the money. All of a sudden we have to be fiscally responsible because there's a Democratic president in office. Let me tell you something. Anytime there's a Democratic president in office, he's spending the first 2 years of his term fixing the mess that the Republican president left behind. That's what he's doing. You know, and I don't care how many executive orders Joe Biden has to sign 200. Sign 200 in your first year. I'm with you, buddy. I am with you 100%. I don't give a damn because they did damage to this country and it's going to take a lot of effort to fix it. And Republicans have shown that they're not interested in solving problems. Excuse me. They're not interested in fixing what they have broken. They are interested in obstruction. That is what they did every step of the way to President Obama. We remember it. Everybody remembers it. So I am hopeful that this version of the Democratic Congress is on point and knows and remembers the history of what they did and doesn't fall for that same old bullshit of Lucy holding the football and then pulling it away at the last second. They do that shit every time. No more. Go ahead with the reconciliation, whatever you have to do to sidestep this irresponsible Republican Congress, because they can't be trusted even to kick insurrectionists out of their caucus. They can't do it. They are beholden to a crazed lunatic who says, as recently as, was it yesterday or today? What? Oh, hang on a second. You lying. Monique says Fox News just canceled Lou Dobbs' show. Is that for real? Hang on. Hang on a second. I'm checking right now. This is, wait, Lou Dobbs. Oh! That's crazy. Breaking. I'm tweeting with you guys. You guys are with me. Fox News just canceled Krusty Lou Dobbs's show. Exclamation point, all caps, awesome. Awesome. A while back when we were on Periscope, when this show was on Periscope, I started giving you guys tips and tricks on how to tweet better. I'm going to slowly start introducing that aspect into this show because I want to help you guys grow. I want you guys to grow on Twitter. Yeah, we have another election coming up in 2022, and we can only be more effective if all of our members, all of the people in our group or whatever, are strong messengers, strong, on social media and involved and engaged. So I want to make sure I can get you guys to the point where you are your own little Brooklyn dads or whatever. Yeah. And you guys can get there. Absolutely can. Cancel. Misha says cancel Fox completely. Yes. Now, Pasta D says something funny. It says tweet like BDD. So yes, but no, right? What you want to do is tweet like yourself, but use some of the strategies that Brooklyn Dad uses and techniques. And I'm going to share that stuff with you guys. Absolutely. But I absolutely missed an opportunity when you guys told me about Lou Dobbs. So wait, let me just rewind. Say, wait, what's that? Did you say that Lou Dobbs is canceled? Oh yeah. I love that. That's one of my favorite things. Yeah. So that's fantastic news. Anyway, I was in the middle of a rant about the way Democrats always have to clean up the mess of Republicans. And so I'm glad that we are pushing forward with Joe's $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. And I look forward to him doing other things. I don't think Republicans are going to be as much of a problem now that we have control of both the Senate and the House. So it's time to show them we understand that elections have consequences. Yeah. And we're going to create some more consequences in 2022 as well. Now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for that part of the show that we like to call You Raggedy Bitch. Now, today's raggedy bitch is none other than Mike Lindell, a.k.a. the My Pillow Guy. The My Pillow Guy produced a documentary, and this documentary is called Absolute Proof. Let me just say, I don't get what it is about, what it is about Republicans that they love to come up with the goofiest, most inaccurate names for their things. Like Brad Parscale, for instance, compared the Trump campaign to the Death Star. Then he compared it to Thanos. I mean, do you not understand? Do you really not understand branding? In branding, you don't want to be the bad guy. You don't want to have a name that is so on the head stupid that you open yourself up to ridicule. Like, remember that guy, Jacob Wall, that internet troll scammer? Oh, by the way, his My Pillow guy is the My Pillow Twitter account was suspended today. The hits keep coming. I love it. So yeah, Brad Pascal with the Death Star and Thanos. You have what's his face? Jacob Wall had a company called Surefire Intelligence. This killed me because it was anything but intelligent. It was anything but surefire. And do you guys remember that guy, Lev Parnas? Lev Parnas is the guy, this guy here. And he had a company named Fraud Guarantee. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. So Lev Parnas, this is the guy who was strangely showing up in pictures with just about everybody you could imagine. There he is with Rudy Giuliani, right? And he shows up with Republicans all over the place. It's like a Where's Waldo? There's Jeff Sessions. He's in a picture with Jeff Sessions. Excuse me. There he is with Mike Pence and Kevin McCarthy. Yeah. And there he is also with Pence and McCarthy. It's a duplicate picture. So anyway, Surefire Intelligence, Fraud Guarantee. Oh, who is that? That's Spanky Jr. He's having a little get-together with Spanky Jr. And Spanky Jr.'s dad, Spanky, would deny knowing this guy. Oh, there he is with Ron DeSantis. And yeah, so Spanky says, no, don't even know. I know nothing. I don't know him, never spoken, but he's in like dozens of pictures with the guy. Because, yeah, we all take pictures with people that we don't know. Anyway, getting back to Mike Lindell and his documentary, Absolute Proof. He aired it on OAN. OAN is the channel called One American News, or One American News Network. And in order for OAN to air his documentary, this documentary is basically just a regurgitation of, these accusations and this voting fraud that's non-existent, but we're going to make it look like it's something because, yeah. So even OAN was like, wait a second. We can't air that shit on this channel without a disclaimer. So here's their disclaimer.
Michael James Lindell has purchased the airtime for the broadcast of this program on One American News Network. Mr. Lindell is the sole author and executive producer of this program and is solely and exclusively responsible for its content. The topic of this broadcast is the 2020 election. OAN has undertaken its own reporting on this topic. This program is not the product of OAN's reporting. The views, opinions, and claims expressed in this program by Mr. Lindell and other guests, presenters, producers, or advertisers are theirs, and theirs alone, and are not adopted or endorsed by OAN or its owners. In particular, OAN does not adopt or endorse any statements or opinions in this program regarding the following entities or people: U.S. Dominion, Inc., and any related entities, Smartmatic USA Corp., Brian Kemp, Brad Raffensperger, or Gabriel Sterling. Further, the statements and claims expressed in this program are presented at this time as opinions only and are not intended to be taken or interpreted by the viewer as established facts. The results in the 2020 presidential election remain disputed and questioned by millions of Americans who are entitled to hear from all sides in order to help determine what may have happened.
That is so ridiculous. I mean, somebody said, or I think it was Ness said, it sounds like an SNL skit. It absolutely does. The views, opinions, and data enclosed in this documentary are just opinions and are not meant to be taken seriously. What? Dude, you are already being sued. Mike Lindell is already being sued by Dominion. Why would you put this out there? You want, all you had to do was ask them to sue you for even more money. I mean, the dude is losing business from places like Bed Bath and Beyond and Kohl's, and like nobody wants to touch him now. He's toxic. And even these two guys, David Hogg and William, can't remember his last name. This kid, he's on Twitter. They're starting a pillow company. I think a few of you guys had told me about this, and I was like, nah, what is that? Yeah, actually, they're starting a pillow company to compete with My Pillow. And go figure, that's got to be a hit because, well, I can't buy the No Pillow no more because I can't buy the My Pillow because the My Pillow guy has got rocks in his head. So I'll get the other pillow from these internet guys. William Legate, that's it. Thank you, Johanna. William Legate and David Hogg are creating their own answer to My Pillow, and it should make a couple $1 million at least. I don't imagine things like that being all that popular. It's a pillow, for crying out loud. It's a pillow. I have a pretty nice pillow, and half the time my pillow ends up on the floor. It starts out on my bed, and somewhere in the middle of the night, I'm like, get this pillow out of here. I throw it. Yeah. So, Mike Lindell, you are today's raggedy bitch. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, let's get Lev Parnas out of here. Bye-bye. All right. Now, I did manage to find my correct copy of The Liddle'est President. The Liddle'est President is available on BrooklynDadDefiant.com. It's also available on Amazon.com. If you want to get a copy on Amazon, go right ahead. In fact, I think it's cheaper on Amazon.com. However, it may cost less, but it also means it's not as valuable than if you get this beautiful swooshy handwriting. Look at that signature. I never seen anything more swooshy than this. Oh, it's so fancy. I love it so much. And it says in blue Sharpie, I just had to buy more blue Sharpies. Hui Juan. I actually ran out of ink on the other blue Sharpie, so I'm on my third blue Sharpie. Hui Juan. And it's beautiful. I do not get tired of winning. I hope you don't either, because we got some more winning to do coming up in 2022. Take a break, recharge the battery, but yeah, we got to get back to the more winnings, because the more winning is beautiful. The Liddle'est President is starring. Damn it. There we go. President Barack Obama. Hillary Rodham Clinton. Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Joseph R. Biden, and the R stands for ready to kick that ass. is Bladder Bear pooping, holding the puppet strings on Spanky McDumbass. Complicit Barbie. Hey, right there she is. Rudy Fuliani. Gummy McJuicebox. Kellyanne Conjob. Stephen the Snake Miller. And Mitch McTurtle McConnell. You know, I do like this blue light thing, but I think I got to change it because it definitely does affect how that book, I think, looks on the screen. And let me just see if I can fix these lights. I'm doing shit with you guys right there waiting for me. And that's funny, but maybe not so funny. Let's see. Let's turn this. All right, we'll do it later. Because now it's time for our favorite page. Because this is Spanky McDumbass. Spanky McDumbass is sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to have a Twitter account. He used to be the Liddle'est President. But now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Let's go back. Yes, let us go back, shall we? And let me see. Now I got the thing on here. And I'm going to select a mood. And I'm going to go like that. Boom! I don't know. Let me see. Does this make a difference now? Put it up here. Does that make a difference? Yeah, it seems to make a humongous difference. So that is what we will do for story time. We go to this color scheme, yeah? All right, so where were we yesterday? Yesterday we were reading about how Emailery ran circles around Spanky McDumbass at the debates, and she tried to warn everybody about how he was a Russian asset, and dumbasses wouldn't listen. They were like, but her emails. And then WikiLeaks came out with their email dumps, and they were even more distracted than ever, and the rest is history. Now, this particular page I knew this was going to be a bummer when you got to this page, because the whole time, every page has been, oh, look at he's like a little baby. It's funny. And then we get to this page and you're like, oh shit, I remember that. Oh, that don't make me happy at all. I see some people shouting out Eponymous George. I haven't seen him yet. What's up, buddy? Eponymous, I don't see it yet. But yeah, this is the page to which I am referring. The numbers of the popular vote have been burned into our psyche. You see, Emailery won the popular vote by 3 million. And still there she was, incredulous as the rest of us, there with Bill. And the rest of us are pulling out our hair, and the scream seen around the world. Unbelievable. And on the flip page, we have Spanky standing in front of the Russian flag. When election day finally came, Hillary won the popular vote by 3 million people. But she lost the electoral vote, which is an old system that was created to make sure slave owners had a fair shake. Spanky was now the Liddle'est President. Thank God the book does not end here. But I think how I put it together, it's a perfect like 3-act book. You know, the setup is Act 1, you know. In Act 1, everything's going fine. And then boom, Act 2 is and then Act 3 is the resolution, the resolving of the problem. And that problem is still being resolved because Monday, February 8th, begins the impeachment trial. This is big, guys. This is his second impeachment trial. A lot of people are doubtful that he will be convicted. I am doubtful too, you know. Once bitten, twice shy, they say. Yeah, it looks like the Republican Party is really scared to death of losing voters who are still beholden to Trump. As Marjorie Taylor Greene said today, she says this is his party. And you know what? It is. And hopefully, you know, there are enough people that reject Trump on that side where we're going to see an implosion of the GOP as we know it. Maybe what needs to happen is that silent majority on the right, those people who really, I don't believe all Republicans like Trump. I don't believe it at all. Wait, is David still here? Is he causing trouble? David says he used to be an anti-Trumper. Oh, and then you saw the dark? What sense does that make, David? You used to be an anti-Trumper, and now what? You've seen how wonderful, how awesome he is? I don't get it. I don't get how any rational thinking human being looks at Trump and says, that's a winner. You know, like he is the poor person's idea of what a rich person is. He is the dumb person's idea of what a smart person is. You know, he's just a snake oil salesman that, you know, failed upwards, basically. Like at one point, I thought in the 2016 election, I thought this dude is trying to lose. It seemed like he was trying to lose. Or I thought maybe he was employing one of those strategies that, did you guys ever watch that show Survivor? I used to watch it like long time ago, and they used to have villains on the show like Omarosa. You know, Omarosa was the villain of that show. But by making herself the villain, that was her strategy for winning or whatever. I don't remember if she won or not. But I thought that's what Trump was doing. Anywho, it's Friday night. What kind of questions you guys got for me? I see Anonymous Incarnate says, do you think a lack of transparent factual information provided to the people about elections and electoral candidates is a large part of the problem? You know, that is quite an excellent question. And I would have to say yes. Yes, I think Americans as a whole are woefully uneducated, and they're not concerned with the intricacies of election law and stuff like that. I think they're just as Trump said in 2016, I love the poorly educated. Remember that. Remember that when we're talking about how can people believe this QAnon nonsense. because he loves the poorly educated. He wasn't lying. That was one of those few times that he was telling the truth. He does love them poorly educated, because anybody who is not even well educated, just educated, finished high school. If you finished high school, you can look at this guy in 1 second and say, oh, he's no good. Even if you dropped out of school at the 10th grade, you had to develop some street smarts, and you would know. You'd probably be even smarter if you dropped out in 10th grade, and then you had to go into survival mode. And in order to survive, you got to know which people you can trust and which people you can't. And those people, they could see him for the charlatan that he is. And if they can't, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say. Chrissy says, what do you snack on during the Super Bowl? Pizza and buffalo wings. Cheese doodles. I love cheese doodles. And no, the whole thing with people calling him Cheeto doesn't ruin it for me. I still like cheese doodles, whatever. Chips with dip are great. Sour cream and onion dip is my favorite. The chip is also sour cream and onion, but it's the Ruffle one, the thicker ones. Lay's, I think. Lay's Ruffles. They're thicker, more durable, so you can get some dip on there. I am 100% rooting for the Chiefs. I think I've stated that already. Not just because it's against Tom Brady, but really, I love Patrick Mahomes. I think he's got some exciting weapons on his team. Tyreek Hill, boy, that dude has afterburners on. He's almost like a cheat code. It's not even fair that he's so fast. And they got Kelsey, the tight end, who's big, massive, strong, and fast. Unfair advantage. So if their defense can put some hits on Tom Brady, I don't even mean sacks. If they just put the pressure, put him on the floor a few times, he gets rattled. He's always gets rattled. So I hope that happens. That's what I snack on. Let me scroll back up here, because I just scrolled one time and it just went. Whew. Trump Reaper, I got you. Sorry, I've been so backed up on that. Let's see. Okay, watching the Bourne series now. Lexi wants to know, are you excited for the Super Bowl? If so, what commercial do you want to see, or what team are you rooting for? I already said what team I'm rooting for. The commercials, I love watching all of them, because this is something that people spend time and a lot of money on developing, and some of them are really, really funny. So, I actually do tune in to the commercials. Funny ones, the ones that make you grab a Kleenex, a tissue, and cry. I like those too. Let's see. Lori B says, anyone with common sense who can read should know 45 is a grifter. Agreed. Sylvia Correa says they can't all be poorly educated. Maybe they can. Perhaps. Lisa says, what are your plans for the weekend? I plan to shovel some more snow, believe it or not. Tonight, actually, we have to make sure we get the woofie out for a walk, because it's been a few days. She hasn't gone out. And that's just because there's so much snow on the sidewalks and on the road. And that the salt, the ice melt, it hurts her paws. So we're trying to, give it some time, but we got to get her out. She's stir crazy now. And aside from that, Sunday is football. I'm going to spend some time developing ideas for the show. Just so you guys know, I do have plans to bring on live guests on the show via Zoom call. I'm going to try to do some of that stuff. So I will let you guys know ahead of time. I have one guest in mind. One. And it should be exciting. I'm very excited about it. All right, guys. My time have expired. I want to thank you again for joining me for this episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, a BDD, a.k.a. Brooklyn Dad. Let me see. Hang on. If you have to go out this weekend, please be safe, right? Drive carefully. It could be slippery and slushy out there if you had snow. Also, wear a mask or two. Wear your gloves. Keep your social distance. 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, relaxing, super weekend. I love you all. I will see you here Monday, same time, same place. Peace.